This is the human side of the story, and we're going to get into father and son in this edition. And something pretty interesting taking place last Thursday. Dan MacKinnon, general manager of the Utica Comets of the AHL, that's the minor league affiliate of the New Jersey Devils, traded his son to Cleveland. That's the Columbus affiliate. His son Will had 4 assists in 42 games. Traded him for future considerations, Neil. Not even a warm body here.
Yeah, not even a skate sharpener like in the old days. But I mean, that's something. We've had a number of coaches having to coach their son, but there hasn't been that many general managers to have their son. And of course, I reflect back, of course, through my Ranger history to Lester Patrick, the original Ranger GM, who had two sons on the Rangers while he was GM, in Lynn Patrick, Craig Patrick's father, and also Muzz Patrick, who is the father of Dick Patrick, who is the president of the Washington Capitals. And of course, Chris Patrick is the general manager of the Washington Capitals. Muzz Patrick would be his grandfather. Lester Patrick, his great-grandfather. But I don't remember other GMs in the league having sons on the team other than my good friend in Colorado, who had Eric Lacroix, his son, on the team. And of course, Pierre Lacroix was a great general manager. He's in the Hockey Hall of Fame. And he had his son Eric for a number of years, I think 3 seasons on the Colorado Avalanche.
And do you remember the circumstances that he wound up trading his son under?
Yeah, because I called him and I said, Pierre, what's going on there? And he said that it just got to be too much, where the players were accusing Eric of leaking stuff to his dad. He wasn't doing that, according to Eric and Pierre, but that was a natural thing of the players when times got tough and certain things happened from management. Then the players looked around and were accusing Eric of that. So it ended up that Pierre traded his own son to the LA Kings. Where for his second stint with the LA Kings. And then that was just before I traded for him, I think the next season, to come to the Rangers, where he spent parts of 3 seasons with the Rangers. But it was unfortunate that went on. But I guess if you're a GM and your son is in the locker room, you've got to expect that the players might think that you might tell your dad what players really think about the moves that are being made by the team.
Well, to bring this full circle, even though Dan MacKinnon traded his son and got nothing from return, at least in the immediate, Utica is last in the North Division of the AHL. Cleveland is 4th, fighting for a playoff spot. So he could certainly say, hey, son, I'm giving you a chance to get in the playoffs and play beyond the end of the regular season. But for Will, who played 4 years at the University of New Hampshire, he listed in his biography that the Devils were his favorite team. And of course, gets traded from the Devils affiliate.
Yeah.
And that puts a bow on that story.
Yeah, that sure does.
Thanks for joining us on the NHL Wraparound podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date on all the NHL action.